Welcome everyone to another session of webinar discussing different naturopathy ways to boost immunity. Throughout the series, we have been receiving multiple questions, but we're unable to attend those due to time constraints. Hence, this is the another session dedicated to answering your questions. We'll start addressing the already submitted questions, but you can also send your queries by commenting during the live session. Today we have Dr. Deepa, who is Senior Naturopath with the Institute, and our Deputy Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Vinoda. Welcome, Doctor. So we will start with Dr. Vinoda. Dr. Vinoda, obesity is hereditary. What are the effective measures for weight management?
Okay, obesity is a very, like we can say nowadays, many are suffering from obesity problem. So it's hereditary also, definitely, because once the parents are obese, so definitely the child will be having the same problem, but it's not always. So they can change the later.
Absolutely. Right. Thank you, Dr. Vinoda. So, Dr. Deepa, you want to add anything into it?
Yes. Not only overeating, familial factors, genes also play an important role.
Right.
Obesity runs in families. Though it runs in families, it is in our hands. Through following proper dietary modification and take proper lifestyle regimen, if we follow, we can obviously control obesity.
Right. So, what are the effective measures for weight management? How one can control?
Yes. So, obesity nowadays it has become a global pandemic. So, obesity is a condition in which body fat has accumulated to the extent that it will start having negative impact on your body. So, we have to control this. 3 effective measures are mainly through diet therapy, nature cure treatments, and increasing the physical activities. Mainly coming to diet therapy, restricted and well-balanced food, taking lot of protein and reducing the carbohydrate diet. And second one is following the regular timings of food, increasing the intake of water, taking plant-based foods like fruits, vegetables, legumes like bajra, ragi more in our diet, and fasting once in a week. So this is also very good to reduce. Coming to the diet, like how you have to follow the diet during the to reduce the obesity. As soon as you get up in the morning, try to have 2 to 3 glasses of warm water, and you have to do exercises like walking, yoga, gym, aerobics. Then after coming, you have to have vitamin C rich juice like lemon juice with honey. Then after that, for breakfast, you can have some green smoothies, ragi porridge, or millet upma. So something like this porridge in the afternoon. In between your lunch and breakfast, if you feel hungry, try to have a fruit. If not, try to have salads post your lunch, pre your lunch, before your lunch, half an hour before your lunch, you can have salads. And in the lunch, you can have 2 roti and sabzi. Sabzi quantity should be more. Carbohydrate should be less, and protein intake should be more. And you can have buttermilk. Evening, see, barley water, it's a very good diuretic, or tender coconut water you can have. In the night, as much as food you reduce, that much it is good. If you really want to reduce weight, be on fruit diet at least once in a day. Try to have 2 fruits. If you feel still more hungry, you can have steamed vegetables, steamed sprouts, and soup. And before sleeping, if you feel hungry, you can have warm lime juice with jaggery, green tea, or digestive tea. So this type of diet, if you follow strictly, it is very good. You can reduce your weight. Not only having diet, if you fast at least once or twice in a week on juices like warm lime juice with jaggery, tender coconut water, or the sugarcane juice also you can take, orange juice, you can reduce your weight. So now next, coming to physical activity. Mainly increasing the physical activities like yoga, walking, exercises, gym, aerobics. This increases the metabolism, especially yoga. When you do 12 rounds of Surya Namaskara in the morning and 12 rounds of Surya Namaskara in the evening, it is very good to increase the metabolism. See, by following all these natural methods, obviously you can reduce your weight. You can look good, feel good, and live good.
Right, doctor. So if I have to ask you the key takeaways from this, so you're saying that follow proper diet, then one can also look for nature cure treatment. One need to practice fasting at least once in a day and get involved into physical activities, what you are recommending to control the obesity.
Yes.
Okay, doctor. So, doctor, with modern age, obesity is also found in the children. Is there any special recommendation for them?
Yes, because of this corona, nowadays most of the children are inside the home only. No parents are leaving children to go out and play. So what is childhood obesity? It is a condition where a child is overweight for his or her age. So main thing is dietary modifications. You have to give low carbohydrate diet, low fat diet, low calorie diet. See, lack of physical activity, unhealthy eating habits, and also some medical hormonal problems causes this childhood obesity. So how you can treat or how you can solve this problem? If your children see that you are physically active and having fun, they also will get involved. So first of all, we being parents, we should be very active. And sedentary lifestyles like sitting and watching TV, playing video games, such type of things should be avoided. And try to make a healthy meals. We have to involve children in making household work. Even in preparation of salads, juices, we have to involve the children so that children only can cut the vegetables and they can have, prepare the juices and they can also have and they can give for us also. By keeping them active, not only by making them walk, if along with us we have to make them do yoga, household activities. By keeping them active, see, we can reduce this childhood obesity. As they say, activity is like inactivity is equal to death. So keeping children active, we can reduce this. Though it is corona time, though we are inside, we can do so many activities inside the house only, and we can engage our children to get involved in these activities.
Absolutely. So you're suggesting involve them, include them, add them into more activity, add them while you are, when your mother is cooking the food, involve them so that their interest also, comes up in eating healthy food, right? And they are also engaged at the same time, right, doctor? So, doctor, when it comes to obesity, there's a very common term, body mass index, right? We generally tend to find that. And even I can, recall when I, let's say, visit gym, even, there I become conscious of it. What's my BMI? So in a common term, in a common, very simple language, how one can measure their own BMI?
See, body mass index is a measuring tool to measure your obesity, like how much you are overweight compared to your ideal weight.
Right.
Okay, so BMI is always measured in kg per meter square.
Right.
So weight in kgs by height in meter square. So if you are less than 18.5, you are underweight. 18.5 to 25, then it is normal weight. 25 to 30, then you are overweight. 30 to 35, class 1 obesity. 35 to 40, class 2 obesity. Then more than 40, it is class 3 obesity. See, this class 3 obesity includes morbid conditions, so which is very much dangerous. So apart from that, another easiest way how we can calculate our weight is, if your height is 164 centimeter minus 100, it will be equal to 64 kgs.
Right.
Or if your height is 154 centimeters minus it to 100, then it will be 54 kgs. Right. So 150 minus 100, it will be 50 kgs. So depending upon that, so you can measure either your weight is more or your weight is less. Then you can take modifications like how much your weight you have to reduce compared to your ideal weight. Then you can take the precaution and follow dietary regimen and increase your activities.
Right. So at what class level you suggest, someone shall visit a doctor and get a consultation on obesity? Let's say class 1 as you define, or class 2, class 3.
See, until you are overweight, that is fine. Once the BMI becomes more than 30, then so many other problems, complications of obesity will start, because obesity is the mother of all the problems, like maybe diabetes, hypertension, even joint pains. Because of overweight, when you're putting on the joints, there will be joint pains. Not only that, endocrinal problems nowadays, PCOS, PCOD, irregular menstruation. When such type of problems, little bit of these problems, if it pops up also, then you have to visit a doctor.
Right.
Or detoxification centers, like naturopathy centers, if you visit, once your weight comes under control, you can reduce 10 to 20 types of diseases.
Excellent. I think that was really helpful. So, Dr. Vinod, one of the patient is asking about some home treatment or home remedies that can be used to treat her neck pain.
Okay. The spine in our body, as appropriately described by our founder, Dr. S.L. Jindal, in his book, is like the trunk of a tree.
Mm-hmm.
The spinal cord connecting all the parts of the body to the brain passes through the spinal canal. So taking care of the spine is very important. The back portion of the neck is known as the cervical region. So these vertebrae are also known as yes and no bones because they allow us to nod to say yes or to shake our heads in either direction to say no.
Right.
So joints in the cervical vertebrae facilitate a wide range of movements. See, for each and every work what we are doing, we shake our head in all the directions.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally there is a more strain on the neck region.
Right.
Especially the people working with the like desk job, working with the computer, and drivers are prone to get neck pain.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens when you get the neck pain? So immediate treatment what you can do is a hot fermentation to the neck area.
Right.
So like here I can show the hot water bag. So
Mhm.
this hot water bag, fill the hot water in that and give a hot fermentation to the neck and shoulder area. So
Mhm.
like this you can give a hot fermentation. So that reduces the neck pain.
Right.
And
So for how many minutes one can keep this at their shoulder?
so this you can go with the 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes is enough,
Right.
but it should not be very hot. You should be very careful.
Right. So it's warm water what you are suggesting, or a boiled water you are suggesting?
It's a hot water around 40 degree, 38 to 40 degree temperature is sufficient.
Mhm.
If you feel very hot, then you can keep a cloth, even wet
Right.
cloth, and above that you can keep the hot water bag.
Excellent. Right.
And even alternate hot and cold fermentation,
Mhm.
where you need ice bag also.
Right.
Like you can see ice bag here.
Mhm.
So take fill the ice cubes in this,
Right.
and first give a hot fermentation for 3 minutes, followed with the ice fermentation on the same region.
Right.
So you have to give a hot and cold fermentation for neck and shoulder area.
Yeah.
So because when you have a neck pain, you also have a shoulder pain or stiffness in the shoulder, etc. So this is very helpful for the neck pain.
Right.
Even oil application. So
Mhm.
lightly, gently apply the oil because when you have a severe neck pain, you should not give a heavy massage.
Right.
So application of oil is sufficient.
Mhm.
Followed with the give a hot fermentation. Even if you don't have hot water bag, take a cloth, cotton cloth, wet in hot water, and then just give a fermentation on the affected area.
Right.
So that reduces the pain. Even following yogasanas.
Right.
So when the pain is there, don't do any exercise or yoga. So after pain subsides, then you start practicing exercise, neck
Right.
exercise. So that will strengthen the neck muscles
Mhm.
because the muscles will keep the spine in give a support.
Right.
And even stiffness that indicates the dehydration. So what happens when the dehydration is there? The more stiffness happens in the neck, and you get the more stiffness, and you get sometimes pain in the whole hands,
Right.
till the fingers. So you have to drink water properly,
Mhm.
minimum 10 to 12 glasses of water in a day. So that hydrates your body,
Right.
and even early degeneration starts because of lack of nutrients.
Mhm.
So like for the bone development, you need more of calcium and vitamin D. So when there's a deficiency, so you get early degeneration of the bones.
Right.
So take up more of calcium food, more fruits, vegetables, milk and curd, etc. And even taking sun bath regularly for about 10 to 20 minutes is helpful for the
Right.
pains and all.
Okay, excellent. So you're saying one can practice, one can take hot and cold bath.
Yeah.
You are also suggesting to consume lots of water.
Yes.
Practice yoga asanas when the pain is through,
Yes.
and consume lots of fruits and vegetables,
Yes.
and indulge into different exercises, mobility, produce more mobility, right?
Yes.
So Dr. Deepa, you want to add anything with regards to back pain? We have another question coming in from a patient.
Yeah, obviously. Nowadays, because of this COVID-19, people are sitting for long hours in front of the computer, even children sitting in front of the system for online classes. So back pain and neck pain has become a very common problem. Most of us in our lifetime, in some or the other time, we would have suffered with this back pain. This is the penalty what we pay for the back posture.
Right.
So next to headache, this has become the second commonest problem. Why it happens? Mainly, it is mainly because of misuse or overuse of your back. And another main thing is overstraining the back, weak muscles in the back. And another main problem is over distension of the stomach. Even obesity also causes, when the intra-abdominal pressure increases, obviously there will be more pressure on the back region and it increase the back pain. So now coming to the treatments, like how simple treatments which you can do at home, especially one principle what we have to adopt is rice, not cooking rice and eating. It is one of the simple method what you can adopt at home. Resting the affected part whenever there is pain. See, drugs, whatever you take as painkillers, it's not the solution. So how many days you can take? Root cause of the problem should be relieved. So whenever the pain is very severe, rest that part. Don't give any activity to that part. Ice cold compress should be given at regular intervals. And then ice cold compress, ice cold pack for regular intervals. That is I. C is cold compress at frequent timing. When you give, that relaxes the spine. And elevating, wherever you have pain, just elevate that part. So that will increase the blood circulation and give nourishment to that part. So as a doctor told, applying light oil application, and see, this is one of the infrared light apparatus. Okay, so even light cures the pain. So you have to on it, and you have to keep at a distance of 1 to 2 feet. And when you on that light, this red light, it will get heated. And wherever you are showing, if you have a neck pain or if you have a back pain, just expose that part to that light, giving a distance of 1 to 2 feet. That area where you are giving, it start getting heated up. So you should be shaking the hand in that particular part. So the main purpose of this is to release the spasm of the muscles. When you apply oil application, and you have to give this infrared light at least for 3 to 5 minutes. It will heaten up the area and it will reduce the spasm. By increasing the blood circulation, the pain will be reduced. Not only that, the cold compress, as I told, you can apply hot hip bath. If you have a fabricated bathtub or immersion bathtub in your home, fill it with hot water. It should be from 40 to 45 degrees centigrade. Add Epsom salt in that. It's nothing but magnesium sulfate. It is a local irritant. When you sit in that hot water also, it will release the spasm. Main thing is regular back bending exercises and proper back posture. So that is very much important. If anything falls, simply not giving bending, avoiding jerky movements, because most of the back pain, structural defects like lumbar spondylosis or spinal stenosis, it is mainly because of this postural deformities. They will tell, we lifted the pot and kept, we lifted the heavy weight. So lifting the weight or whatever it is, properly you have to sit, properly you have to bend and then lift. So another main problem for this back pain is gastric problem. So first you have to release your gastric problem. For that, castor oil pack. So see, castor oil pack, simply you can apply it on the abdomen near the umbilicus. The castor oil has resinolic acid in it, which get absorbed directly in the bloodstream. So castor oil applying on the umbilicus, then putting a plant cloth, like this one cotton cloth you have to put, and then you have to fill this hot water bag and just keep it on that castor oil. Okay, so first castor oil application, a cotton cloth, and then this hot water bag. If you keep it at least for 30 to 40 minutes, it's very good to relieve the gases. Once the intra-abdominal pressure decreases, obviously the pressure on the back will reduce and the pain will come down. Castor oil pack, it's not only for back pain, it is multi-purpose. Even it is very good to mobilize the fat in the abdomen. So by following the simple measures at home and taking good food, rich in phytonutrients like fruits, vegetables, and having vitamin D, like sunlight and all, if you have, it is very good to strengthen the back muscles. Nuts, you can seeds and nuts if you have, which is very good to strengthen. These are the simplest techniques which you can follow at home to reduce the back pain.
Right. So, doctor, you did mention about the infrared, and indeed, you showed that apparatus. Is that readily available across?
Yes. In all the medical health stores, even in our Jindal health shop, it is available.
Right. Okay. So this can be purchased, based on your vicinity. Yes. Absolutely. Okay. And do you think anyone needs a supervision in order to, take this radiation?
Nothing like that. If you have any open cut injuries, you're not supposed to take. And if you have a doubt, like what distance to follow, what you can do is you can just hang it on the wall. So wherever you have pain, just do oil application and expose that part at a distance of 1 to 2 foot, and you yourself can be shaking it. That intense heat you will come to know, and you can give it only for 3 to 4 minutes. No as such contraindication.
And any side effects?
No side effects.
Okay. All right. Thank you, doctor. Thank you very much. So, Dr. Vinoda, you did mention about sunbath when we were discussing about neck pain.
Yes.
So, one of the patient wants to know how sunbath helps to boost immunity.
Okay. The sunlight has been used as a medicine for thousands of years. So there is a discussion in Atharva Veda to cure disease from the sun rays. Even the ancient Greeks used to refer sunning the body as Helios. Helios is after their sun god,
Right.
Helios. So sunbath is also called as heliotherapy. And taking sunbath helps in 2 ways. One is exposing your hands, face, arms and legs for about at least 10 to 20 minutes, or in the summer time maybe 30 minutes. So will help to increase the vitamin D. At the same time, it's also good for detoxification. When you take a sun bath, you get a sweat. It increases circulation and you get a sweat in the peripheral region.
Right.
So through sweating, toxins eliminate. So sun bath is good for detoxification and helps in boosting the immunity, and it's good for many ailments actually. It's good for obesity and good in all chronic pain conditions. And also even you can see that World War, so they treated war wounds with the sun bath. So sun bath is very good, and everybody can take it because
Right. Around what time is the ideal?
Actually, morning time, sunrise to till 9:30, and in the evening time after 4 o'clock to till sunset.
Right. For
This
how many
ideal
minutes you
time.
suggest this?
So maybe 20 to 30 minutes you can take, but in the summer time should be very careful because
Right.
you get a tanning or you get a dizziness.
Right.
So 10 minutes is sufficient, I believe.
Okay, great. Great. I hope viewers that was helpful. So, Dr. Deepa, how one can treat bad odor in mouth?
The bad odor in mouth, it is mainly because of indigestion. Indigestion is a symptom of gastrointestinal diseases. Okay, so mainly because of lack of physical activity, eating junk food, not keeping proper time in between the meals, irregular eating habits, lack of drinking water, and the main thing is constipation. See, according to naturopathy, whatever the disease is, it's mainly because of abnormal accumulation of morbid matter in the intestine. Sarve roga mala vashaha. Once the constipation is treated, automatically all your digestive problems will be treated. So, means some of the good treatments what we can reduce the bad odor and increase the digestion is gastrohepatic pack. A person, what you can do is on the bed or on the cot, you can put a woolen plank like this. Or if you have a turkey towel, you can just put it flat like this. Upon that, you can put one dry cotton cloth and take this another cotton cloth or dupattas if you have, or cotton cloth if you have, you can use it. No means ready-made packs you will get it. Dip it in cold water, wrap it on the abdomen. Okay, after wrapping it, you can wrap this woolen plank, and that means dry cotton cloth. First wet cotton cloth, then dry cotton cloth. Upon that, you can wrap this woolen plank. You can make it lying down also. If you are taking it itself, standing also, you can tie this pack and leave it for 30 to 40 minutes. It is, see, any cold packs, it is very good to increase the blood circulation to your abdominal region. Not only that, jelly pack. See, here in naturopathy centers, we give mud pack. So in your homes, it won't be available. Jelly packs, it is easily available in all the health centers. Keep it in the fridge and put it on the abdomen for 20 minutes. So that is also very good to increase the blood circulation and improves the digestion and absorption. And some of the foods, food itself act as a curing agents, like probiotics, like buttermilk is also very good. After you have your food, if you have buttermilk with hing, very good to increase the digestion. Some herbs like hing, ajwain, somf, jeera, turmeric, haldi, cinnamon powder. So these things when taken in a moderate quantities, like hing, you can be taken with buttermilk. Jeera, ajwain, soap, roast it, powder it, take mixed in a glass of water, and then taking it in morning in empty stomach. Also, it will increase the digestion and absorption. So, following the simple tips, you can stop the bad odor and mainly increase the physical activity. Try to do yoga, pranayama. It gives more blood circulation to your abdomen and increases the digestion and absorption.
Okay. So, Dr. Vinoda, we have one of the patient asking about the migraine problem, which basically disturbs her daily routine. How can we help?
Yeah. So migraine is a common, distressing, painful disorder and is 3 times more common in women than men. So it's very common nowadays. You can see that.
Right.
So it gives a more of a distressing actually.
Right.
So the pain of migraine headache is intense pulsating or throbbing pain on one side of the head. So you may get a headache sometimes either right side or left side. It varies.
Right.
So when you have a severe pain like this, you can just take an ice bag on your head region. So there's ice bag. So fill the ice cubes, and it's very simple. You can just keep on the head region, move around the head region for 2-3 minutes is sufficient. Or else you can take an ice cube directly, keep in a cotton cloth and rub it.
Right.
So that also gives a very good, it reduces the headache.
Right.
Even when you, sometimes migraine people, they have, they're very sensitive for the light, bright light and sound. So what happens? So what you have to do is, you have to go to the dark room, in quiet room and sit there and relax. So that reduces even headache. And even sometimes people have a nausea and vomiting. So when you have a nausea, so the best treatment is ice water sipping. So take a glass of water, put ice cube and sip the water slowly. So that reduces the nausea. And even ice bag. Take a ice bag, keep on the abdominal region. Don't keep in the same place. Move around the abdominal region for 5 minutes. So that reduces the nausea even. And the best treatment I can say for the migraine is a Vaman Dauti. This in yoga they say Vaman Dauti. So take a saline water and drink 2-3 glasses of saline water and then vomit it out. So it will give an instant relief. Okay. So, but only people suffering with the hypertension, high blood pressure, or ulcer, or hernia problems, so they should not do Vaman Dauti. So, migraine attacks may be triggered by physical or emotional stress. So, practicing yogasanas like Shashankasana, Setubandhasana, Shavasana, and pranayama like Anuloma Viloma, Brahmari. So these yogasanas and pranayama will help in reducing the stress and tension and relaxes the nervous system. Even since the basic cause of migraine is increased acidity in the system. Right. So what you have to do, take a non-acidic food. So take more of fruits and vegetables, and especially like here you can do is keep the keep the patient, migraine patient on for 2-3 days only on fruit diet, drinking enough water in between and juices. So that helps a lot for the detoxification purpose, and also it improves the alkalinity of the blood. Right. So drink a plenty of water always. So this definitely helps to take care of a migraine problem.
Right. So Dr. Deepa, we have been recommending about the food, right? And so when it comes to food, we also talked about the oil that we use, right? And when we talked about oil, we are all concerned about the good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. So how you can help us, and first you help us understand what is good cholesterol and bad cholesterol, and how one can increase the intake of good cholesterol.
See, cholesterol is a waxy substance present in the cells. There are 2 types of cholesterol, good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. So see, the normal readings like total cholesterol, when we check in the blood, it should be less than 200 mg per dl. Triglycerides, it is nothing but bad cholesterol, should be less than 150 mg per dl. LDL is a bad cholesterol, should be less than 100 mg per dl. Right. So coming to the HDL value, it's nothing but high density lipoprotein or good cholesterol. It should be in between 50 to 60. If it is less than 40, you are more prone for cardiovascular problems. Right. See, remember, even 1% of increase of HDL can reduce 5% of your cardiovascular problems. Okay, so mainly some foods which boost this HDL are mainly saturated fats like coconut oil, butter, and ghee. So everyone will think butter we should not take. No, in moderate quantities if we take, it is very good compared to oil. Ghee and butter, it is very good. Research has been conducted in BBC and they gave 50 ml of this oil like coconut oil, olive oil and butter. And on 100 participants, end of the result was 20% of HDL increased for the persons who took coconut oil, 10% in the people who took butter, and olive oil, it neither increased nor decreased. So coconut oil is one of the excellent supplement to increase your high density lipoprotein. Not only that, best snacks for your heart is mainly nuts, monounsaturated fatty acids like Brazil nuts, walnuts, avocado, and badam, cashew nuts. If we take in moderate quantities, it is a good friend to. One is omega-3 fatty acids. See, omega-3 fatty acids are not supplied or not synthesized in the body. It should be taken through diet supplement. Flax seeds, chia seeds, sunflower seeds. These are very good to increase omega-3 fatty acids. Why omega-3 fatty acids? Mainly, it is very good to flush out bad cholesterol.
Right.
So decreases your triglycerides and increases your HDL. Also, legumes, lentils, pulses like green gram, bajra, jawari, ragi. So all these things are also very good to increase your HDL. So main tips to reduce your bad cholesterol is you can have barley water, garlic, fruits and vegetable rich. You can have raw fruits and vegetables in more quantity, whole grains. These things can reduce bad cholesterol. So by taking all these like coconut oil, nuts and all, you can increase your HDL and reduce your cardiovascular problem risk.
Okay. So doctor, we know one of the patient is more concerned about her daughter. She is studying in 9th standard and suffering from bronchial asthma. Is there any treatment that we can recommend?
Yeah, so bronchial asthma is very common problems in children actually. As they grow, this problem comes down. So what is bronchial asthma? Asthma is a chronic condition where the airways of the lungs become inflamed and constricted, so that they get a more breathlessness problem and wheezing, tightness in the chest region, etc.
Right.
So when they have this type of wheezing or tightness in the chest or congestion, so they can go with the hot fermentation on the upper back or steam inhalation. And common asthma triggers like include animal hair, dust, cold weather condition, and even sometimes strong smells. So it's better to stay away. So we always say that prevention is better than cure. So when these allergens coming in contact with the respiratory system, like nasal passages and all, so you get a more of wheezing problem and chest congestion. So it's always better to prevent or go away with these allergens.
Okay.
So when the chest problems are more severe, so even taking hot water, sipping hot water or hot water with the jaggery or honey, you can add into that. So that, or even sometimes tulsi khada, we say tulsi khada is very good for asthmatic conditions. Children will like even hot honey water with the tulsi khada and all.
Right.
So, and as a routine treatment, what they can do is a chest pack, the same abdomen pack what we showed here, the same thing. So take a cloth, one cotton cloth, wet it in here you have to wet the cloth in warm water or hot water and then tie it on the chest region.
Right.
Above that, the cloth, dry cloth as it is, without wetting on the water, you have to tie it and then tie a woolen flannel.
Right.
So that is very good to increase the lung capacity, because here the lung capacity is less, so that they get more of a chest congestion or wheezing problem. So that is good. And even children with these asthmatic problems, so they will not get a good sleep. So what you have to do is before going to bed, give them hot foot immersion. So that is immersing your feet in hot water. So take a bearable hot water, not very hot, because children cannot put their legs in hot water. It will give a problem. So bearable hot water, make them to keep the immerse the feet in that for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then take out, and then at the same time you can give a facial steam also, steam inhalation.
Right.
So steam inhalation, you can put eucalyptus oil or eucalyptus leaves you can put, or you will add tulsi leaves also.
Right.
And even turmeric powder, pinch of turmeric powder you can add to that. So that taking steam inhalation and hot foot immersion before going to bed, it helps a lot to relieve the chest congestion and they get a good sleep. So even at the same time, practicing yoga asanas, because now the ninth standard you're telling, so maybe above the age of 10 years. So after that, they can easily practice yoga, pranayama and all. So you can, nowadays, the many live sessions going on, your online yoga classes, etc. So here you can make them to teach them few yoga asanas, which is good for asthmatic conditions to help their lung capacity. And even breathing exercise are very good. So even we have online yoga class going on. So morning 8 o'clock in the morning, and at the same time we have one more session in the evening 4 p.m. So you can see that and practice learning yoga asanas. And it's very good for children. Yoga is not only for the breathing problem or asthma problem, even it helps in increasing concentration and memory power. It's excellent for children. So you can always advise and can make them to practice.
Right. So Dr. Deepa, what do you want to suggest for management of diabetes mellitus?
See, diabetes mellitus, it is reversible, it is preventive, it is treatable. So we have seen here hundreds of patients come. So we have reduced through dietary modification and lifestyle, we have reduced their insulin and medicine intake. So simple diet, what I want to tell to follow for diabetic people, it is a lifestyle disorder, as you all know. So increasing the activity and following a proper diet will surely make it reversible. As soon as you get up in the morning, drink 2 to 3 glasses of water, make walking, yoga compulsory. After coming from walking and yoga, you can have a 200 ml of bindi water. If not, 2 spoons of methi seeds soaked overnight, mix it in buttermilk and have it in the morning. Then coming for breakfast, you can have 200 to 300 grams of fruits, porridge, and 1 spoon of sprouts. And in the lunch or post lunch, you can have Karela juice. You can have in the lunch the roti, sabzi, soup, and lot of salads. Even buttermilk with methi powder, it's very good to reduce your sugar levels. Evening, you can have sattu drink. See, sattu is made up of barley and chana powder mixed in buttermilk, and if you have, it gives a filling effect so that they won't feel hungry. Night, as much less food as possible. 1 or 2 days they can take the roti, sabzi, soup and salads. No means after after 1 or 2 days taking cooked diet, they can switch on to fruit diet, taking 2 to 3 fruits like papaya, guava, which are low in hypoglycemic index. They can take the fruits like muskmelon, watermelon. Then you can have steamed vegetables, steamed sprouts or soup. If not, raw salad, raw sprouts and soup. So these are rich in dietary fiber also, it will fill the stomach. Night, before sleeping, if you're hungry, you can have a glass of milk with if not buttermilk with methi seeds. See, some treatments are there which you can easily follow at home. That is mainly jelly pack. See, jelly pack, when you keep it in the fridge, put it on the abdomen, morning 20 minutes and evening 20 minutes in empty stomach. It is very good to increase the blood circulation. There will be vasoconstriction inside vasodilatation. GH pack, as I told, gastrohepatic pack, keeping hot water bag on abdomen and ice bag on back and wrapping it with a towel. See, this will have a repulsive effect and it increases the blood circulation to your abdominal organs and increases the activity of pancreas. And castor oil pack. So castor oil applying and hot water bag. See, these and all are very good to increase the metabolism. Burn fat. Once the fat burns in your abdominal region, automatically the pancreatic activity will increase and insulin will be secreted. So following these things and increasing the physical activity, like there is no shortcut. So if you do yoga, pranayama in yoga like Ardha Matsyendrasana, Vakrasana, this will give a significant effect to reduce your sugar levels.
Right. Okay. Thank you, doctor. I think that was really helpful. So, doctor, we understand, there's a new, normal that has risen up, that is working from home, right? Many people are indulged in working from home, whereas it has all the other benefits. It has some side effects also, especially on their health, considering that the mobility is reduced. They are not, visiting their colleagues. They don't have that, the enjoyable break time that they used to have, right? So so there are many cases of people suffering from, let's say, either back pain, neck pain. Indeed, the other health concerns has
Correct.
risen up, right?
Yeah.
So what do you want to suggest? What will be your health tips to these people in order to increase their immunity or take care of their health? How can they do that?
Okay. See, like now, this due to COVID-19, so
Mhm.
many are working from home. So that changed their entire routine.
Right.
So like morning getting up and having food in time. So this changed a lot. So to overcome from this, as well as to improve physical and mental health, it is better to do some modifications in your lifestyles.
Right.
So starting from the morning, like we say, Brahmi Khane Tishtate, that means get up early in the morning. So from the ancient times, they say that this is very good for health actually. And get up early in the morning. After that, drink a glass of 2 to 3 glasses of water so that you can get a proper bowel movement.
Right.
So that once bowel movement is clear, you feel very light in the body. Otherwise, the gas formation builds up and you get more of like drowsiness, etc. And after that, you can go with the practicing yoga, pranayama. So for 30 minutes, you can go with that. And after that, have a glass of lemon juice with honey. Because lemon juice with honey, or even you can put a jaggery. So very good to increase. It has more vitamin C, so helps in increasing immunity also.
Right.
So after that, you can have a light breakfast. So have a breakfast and proper breakfast, like with the all carbohydrates, idli,
Right.
dosas or porridge. You can take normal breakfast, but it should be light in the sense no oily food or fried food.
Right.
Then you can start doing your work, whatever work you have from home. So do all those things. And then comes the lunch. So here I want to insist that so between your breakfast and lunch, what happens sometimes we feel like munching some snacks, right? So better in the form of in the snacks, you can take always dry fruits or salads. So otherwise you go for some fried food or some other snacks, so which has more calorie, which helps which will increase your weight because already you are at home and doing not doing any physical activities. So it helps increases the calories. So better you can go with the salads and sprouts in between your breakfast and lunch, even between lunch and dinner also.
Right.
Then evening time you can take once again some like khadas, kashaya or herbal drinks, so that green teas, so that will help. And evening dinner is little light dinner. So
Right.
evening, if you have a time, you can go with some physical activities like whatever you can do at home, some treadmill walk or something, so that you do it, and take a light dinner and early dinner, so that you can sleep early. So this will regulate your routine and you can maintain healthy life.
Right, excellent. I think that will really help. So, Dr. Deepa, what you want to suggest for disturbed sleep?
So disturbed sleep. It is mainly because of this. During this corona, what has happened? People have started sleeping late night, so getting up late in the mornings, and not only that, getting up in the middle of the night also. There is no proper sleep. So this is mainly sleeplessness, what we call it as insomnia.
Right.
Especially it is seen in elderly people, also in some of the people who are depressed, alcoholic, addicted. So treatment, simple treatments I want to tell for this sleeping. See, early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Right.
So try to get up early in the morning. Try to do yoga, pranayama, exercises, so that you will get sleep as early as possible in the night. Not to sleep during the daytime. And make a point, proper regular timings of sleep. And simple naturopathic treatment like hot foot immersion, taking a bucket, half a bucket with hot water, immersing your foot inside that 10 to 15 minutes. Then later on what you can do is take a cotton cloth and take your foot up, just rub your foot region, because there are nerve endings in the foot region. It induces sleep. At least rubbing for 3 to 4 minutes and then you will get sleep. Proper breathing exercises. Yoga nidra is also one of the important technique, relaxing each and every part of the body. See, these things and all, we have online classes going on yoga. So you can go through and you can learn all these simple techniques. Avoiding stimulating drinks such as coffee, tea, and even taking massages twice or thrice in a week relaxes all the nervous system and it will induce a good sleep.
Right.
Not only that, but see, good sleep is essential during this coronavirus to fight infection, to increase the immunity. Not only that, it reduces heart diseases, numerous other health problems. If you sleep nicely in the night, mind will be fresh for the next day too, and it increases your work efficiency. Also, food rich in tryptophan. It is very good to induce the sleep, especially milk with jaggery. Poppy seeds soaked overnight, grinded and boiled in milk with cardamom gives an excellent sleep. Okay, so if you follow all these things, getting up early in the morning, obviously taking some treatments, you can get rid of this problem.
Right. So, Doctor, while we were discussing, and indeed in the past webinars also, other doctors have recommended about fasting therapy. So, how actually fasting therapy, helps improving immunity?
Okay, fasting, if I say, Langhanam Paramaushadam, that means fasting is a supreme remedy. It's from ancient times, like rishis, yogis, they practiced it, and they also advised to go for fasting. Maybe it was religious fasting, but maybe sometimes even we can see the Mahatma Gandhi, he did a long fasting. Whenever we think about the fasting, we remember Mahatma Gandhi. He did the 21 days fasting, right? So maybe it's political issues, but it's also what we do here is a therapeutic fasting. So it's very good for all the diseases. And fasting is for overall health. And it's necessary for detoxification. So mainly we advise fasting for detoxification. So here you can go with the long fasting or short fasting or intermittent fasting, etc. So but at home, so long fasting is not advisable. You have to do long fasting with the guidance only. So go with the fast once a week, 1 day in a week. That is sufficient actually. So during the fasting, what you have to do is drink lots of water. Throughout the day, at least 3 to 4 liters water you can take. In between, you can go with the lemon juice with the jaggery or honey, and fruit juices you can go. You can take a vegetable juices, and you can take a soup, you can take buttermilk, only liquid that we can say. So this will help in a detoxification. So in naturopathy, we stimulate the 4 eliminative organs of our body. They are the colon, kidneys, lungs, and skin by giving various treatments like massage. It will improve circulation in the skin level, and steam bath. You get a sweating, so through sweating, toxins eliminates. And the various treatments we can give here, like a hip bath. Hip bath is very good. Okay, very good for to increase the metabolism. And fasting is the best treatment for detoxification, I can say. So once body is detoxed, and you start eating fruits, vegetables, because fasting you have to break slowly. You should not break all of a sudden after the 1 day fasting or 2 days fasting, eating heavy food, so which again leads to indigestion or gastric issues. So break the fast gradually. So what you have to do is after the fasting, take only fruits. Then you can add fruits and salads. Then you can go with the normal diet.
Right.
So that is supplies more nutrients for you. So body rejuvenates and you get a more health. So in that way, so fasting increases the immunity power. Not only immunity power, it's also good for weight loss. It's good for the brain, prevents damaging changes in vital organs, and improve their functional capacity.
Right. So
fasting is a royal road to health, I can say.
Okay, excellent. I think that's all that we had for the day. So, what is your closing remark, Dr. Deepa?
So I want to tell about Swasthya Rakshak Panchatantra. If you follow these 5 principles, we can keep most of the diseases away.
What are these 5 principles? Eat
2 meals a day.
Right.
So having 2 meals a day in a gap of 6 hours, it is very good. And drinking lots of water. Water, we call it as apovaishadam. In all the problems, if you drink at least 2 to 3 liters of water in a day, it is very good to detoxify. At least 10 glasses of water should be drinking. It cleanses, detoxifies. Exercise an hour a day. It keeps your body fit, increases blood circulation, keep your mind stress-free. Brisk walk, yoga, gardening. It eliminates the metabolic waste, improves healing. Prayer or meditate at least once a day. 10 minutes of silence will connect your inner self with the universal self. And as the doctor told, fasting at least once in a week. It physically, spiritually detoxify your body. Fruit diet fast or juice fast or water fast. So if you follow all these things, you can keep many of the diseases away. pains, everything. So take care of your body. It is the only place where you have to be.
Right. So, Dr. Vinoda, what is your key takeaways that you want to advise to our participants?
Okay. Our founder, Dr. S.R. Jindal, always says, nature protects. You do not fall ill unless you betray her.
Right.
So nature is the best healer. So understand the nature and nature of your body, follow natural life so that you can get good health. Health is wealth.
Right.
So stay safe, stay healthy.
Okay, I think that was all. Thank you very much, Doctor, for your time. Thank you, participants. I hope we were able to answer your questions. Do join us for our next webinar on the coming Saturday. Thank you.